What's coming up next for Harkn, do you think? What's on the horizon? What are you excited about?
Well, I think there are, from a technological perspective or a technology perspective. I mean, you touched on AI earlier in this conversation, and I think that's starting to play into the workplace in a much more material way. So it's coming on in leaps and bounds, isn't it? And we have been testing, for example, you get lots of narrative on Harkn. We've been testing sentiment type analysis tools for many years and trying to understand how they would work. And honestly, we've found that when it comes to analyzing individual sentiment expressed by employees, that they haven't added anything to date. The way Harkn is able to display data and the way the human brain can process it has been enough. But there are generative AI is reaching a point now where you sort of realize that if I've got 1,000 comments and I'm looking through it, one of the behaviors that we're aware of, driven by unconscious bias largely, is that people will tend to focus on the things that catch their eye. So we have a tendency to go look at the negative comments to see what problems I need to fix, and what that does is gives us perhaps a misread of what's going on in the organization. And so we believe, and we're starting to test this now, that using generative AI will be able to pass, if you like, large strings of language so that we can get a general sense of sentiment, a general sense of what priorities the organization should have. So if we imagine just over the last month, we've got 1,000 people that have shared their views on different things. What are the top 3 things that we should be thinking about? What are the things that people are most optimistic about? When people are having great days at work, what are the things that typically drive that? When people are having bad days at work, what are the things that are causing that? Now, we can do that to an extent today, but it's because there's lots of ways that we can analyze and filter data. But I think what AI will do for us is make that process super slick. So much quicker, much more accessible. So I think that's going to be really interesting. And so that's certainly, in Q1 next year, we'll be hoping to pilot pilot some of this capability with some live clients. See what that throws up. But my sense of what we've done to date is that could be another game changer for the way that we're able to interpret data and employee sentiment. That's going to help immensely.